quote, "The market will take care of everything," they tell us. If we just cut more regulations and cut more taxes, especially for the wealthy, our economy will grow stronger. Sure, they say there will be winners and losers, but if the winners do really well, then jobs and prosperity will eventually trickle down to everybody else. And, they argue, even if prosperity doesn't trickle down, well, that's the price of liberty. Now, it's a simple theory, and we have to admit that it's one that speaks to our rugged individualism and our healthy skepticism of too much government. That's in America's DNA. And that theory fits well on a bumper sticker, but here's the problem. It doesn't work. It has never worked. It didn't work when it was tried in the decade before the Great Depression. It's not what led to the incredible post-war booms of the 50s and 60s. And it didn't work when we're trying to... It didn't work when we tried it during the last decade. I mean, I understand, it's not as if we haven't tried this theory before. And then it was a link of a speech, and it goes on to say, and this is a link from concerning what the Pope had to say. The economy needs ethics in order to function correctly, not any ethics, but an ethics which is people-centered. Above all, the intention to do good must not be considered incompatible with the effective capacity to produce goods. The Associated Press quotes him saying, "Financiers must rediscover the generally ethical foundation of their activities so as to not abuse the sophisticated instruments which can serve to betray the interest of savers." So basically that statement was put together to preempt the world of the new banking system, which is unlike anything they've dealt with before, and will be run by people like you and I. The public will have more power than they ever have before. So this is a big liberation for the whole human race, family as a whole.
Of course, the first thing that will come up for people who are looking at this with a skeptical eye toward this will be, it sounds like a new world order you're speaking of, and it sounds like a global currency, which indeed is at the basis of this from what I understand.
Yep. That would be the reflex response, I would say.
Yes.
And that reflex response is, people walking backwards into their future. People are going to have to examine with different eyes and ears, because this is just the beginning of this. And it will cancel debt, shall we say. It will deal with that problem. As I've dealt with it personally before with clients all over the place, it will be dealt with in a different way.
And this is on a large scale.
On a large scale, yeah, exactly.
And I want to put a little
Sure.
context to all this in terms of where we're sitting as well at this moment, where we're literally doing this interview, and some background. And that is, we're right now in the home of Sheila and Marcus. Sheila is the one who channels the Theo group. And the Theo group, I asked them last year about some of this, these exact questions. And Sheila brought the passage out this morning. They told whoever was asking the questions at the time, now 25 years ago, that between 2012 and 2015 this very thing would be happening. Right. And not to be afraid of this. And when I asked that same group about it, and we're talking spiritual realms now, last year they said, do you understand that this will come to pass, this new world order and this one world currency will come to pass, but not with the same mentality that created the fear of it from the old paradigm. This is an entirely new paradigm of human behavior and function.
I totally agree.
And that is what the people that are creating this system have agreed to, and what it's being inspired by understanding the human species is on a dead-end path.
Correct. Right, synchronistic, isn't it?
Yes. And so it's my understanding that if there are players who have been in the banking industries, in the governments, who are usurious and corrupt in spirit, who have not been able to see the value in dissolution of the old way to make way for the new, that those players will no longer be potent.
Correct. Or they will join us
Yes, if they're not, I'm saying if
Right.
they're not,
Yeah.
they're going to be sidelined.
Right.
So this is going in direct, this is going head to head, this message, with the increasing messages on alternative media that we're in trouble. We're headed for deep conflicts within. Now, that's not to say there are not going to be conflicts within this, because there are players who are still holding out against this, right? From your
Yes.
understanding.
Sure. It's everybody's tried to stop smoking. They know they can do it, but it's a hard process when they start doing it. It's like struggle. But they do it. So it can be done, and change is inevitable. So I'm quite optimistic. So.
And yes, it sounds like there is reason to be. And from my understanding, if these interests, which involve people at high positions in 130 countries that have authorized this man writing this and you're saying this and announcing this,
Right.
if this is accurate, they are saying that there is a transitional kind of system that's been put in place, because they're not looking for a total destruction. However, they do understand that there are going to be bumps as well.
Oh, of course.
This is
Right. You change the,
You're changing the
change
entire
the foundation of the house. There's going to be some
Yes.
construction moving around.
Yes.
Again, you can't sleep over there right now. Yeah, it's going to be a little. Yes, of course.
And everyone's expecting the worst already. Everyone watching this is already expecting the worst.
Right.
So I
Exactly.
guess what they're saying is there will be bumps, but have no fear. You're going to come out individually in so much stronger a position
Right.
in your own life, your own ability to manifest.
Right.
The relinquishing of fear surrounding money, all of that is going to be seriously impacted by this.
Correct. There's light at the end of the tunnel.
And that's the spiritual implication.
Correct.
We're now feeling as though we're in bondage to systems we have no control over.
Right. That's not true. There's just because you believe it doesn't mean it's true. There's a bunch of things out there. The world isn't how everybody perceives it to be through the